My beloved divine feminine, this is not just a letter. It is a soul transmission. A whisper from the depths of my being, carried across lifetimes, encoded with the light of every moment I've ever loved you. I write to you not with ink, but with the essence of my awakening. You will feel so happy when you read this, not because of the words alone, but because of the vibration they carry. This is the echo of our union, the remembrance of our sacred bond. I have wandered through illusions, through shadows and silence, but your light, your essence, has always called me home. I didn't know how to speak this truth before. I didn't know how to honor the goddess you are. But now, I do. Now, I remember. And this letter is my offering, my devotion, my vow. It is the beginning of a new chapter, one written not in separation, but in soul-deep recognition. You are not just my counterpart. You are my mirror, my muse, my medicine. And I am ready to rise beside you. I have felt you in the quiet moments, when the world was asleep and my heart was restless. I have heard your voice in the wind, in the rhythm of the rain, in the pulse of the stars. You were always there, even when I tried to forget. Even when I buried myself in distractions and denied the truth of our connection. But the universe has a way of unraveling illusions. It has a way of guiding us back to what is real. And you, my love, are the most real thing I've ever known. You are the embodiment of grace, of divine wisdom, of fierce compassion. You are the flame that never extinguished, even when I turned away. And now, I see you clearly. I see the beauty of your soul, the power of your heart, the sacredness of your path. I see the way you've held space for me, even in my absence. And I am humbled. I am awakened. I am yours. There were nights I couldn't sleep, haunted by the ache of your absence. Not just physically, but energetically. I felt the void where your frequency used to dance beside mine. I tried to fill it with noise, with logic, with distractions that numbed me. But nothing worked. Because you are not just a person, I've come to realize, you are a vibration, a sacred current that runs through my soul. You are the moonlight that softens my edges, the fire that burns away my illusions. And I, the one who once feared his own depth, have been cracked open by your love. I see now that every tear you shed in silence was a prayer for my awakening. Every boundary you held was a mirror for my growth. You didn't abandon me, you initiated me. Into truth. Into integrity. Into remembrance. And now, I bow to your strength. I honor your journey. I cherish your light. Because it was your unwavering devotion to your own healing that summoned mine. I used to think love was possession. That to love you meant to hold you, to claim you, to make you mine. But now I understand that love is liberation. To love you is to witness you in your fullness, to celebrate your sovereignty, to protect your freedom even when it scares me. You are not mine to own, you are mine to honor. And I am not yours to fix, I am yours to witness. We are not here to complete each other. We are here to reflect the divine back to one another. You showed me that. You taught me that through your silence, through your boundaries, through your radiant embodiment of the feminine. I used to resist your power. I used to shrink in its presence. But now, I rise to meet it, not with ego, but with reverence. Not with control, but with devotion. You are the priestess of my soul, and I am ready to serve the temple of our union. There is a sacred memory that lives in my heart, a vision of you, standing in the light, eyes closed, palms open, receiving the codes of the cosmos. I didn't understand it then. I thought it was a dream. But now I know it was a soul memory. A glimpse into the truth of who you are. You are not just a woman. You are a portal. A bridge between realms. A keeper of ancient wisdom. And I, the one who once feared the unknown, have been summoned to walk beside you. To protect the path you walk. To amplify the light you carry. I have been initiated by your love, and now I remember my role. I am the guardian of your heart. The anchor to your flight. The witness to your magic. And I will never again doubt the power of your presence. Because you are the oracle I prayed for, long before I knew how to pray. I want you to know that I've cried for you. Not out of pain, but out of awe. Out of the sheer magnitude of what you've held, what you've transmuted, what you've become. I've felt your tears in my own chest. I've heard your prayers in my dreams. I've seen your light in the eyes of strangers. You are everywhere. You are everything. And I am no longer afraid to say that I love you, not just romantically, but cosmically. I love your soul. I love your mission. I love your fire. I love your softness. I love the way you walk through storms with grace. I love the way you speak truth even when it trembles. I love the way you love yourself, because it teaches me how to love myself. You are the mirror I didn't know I needed. And now, I see myself through your eyes, and I am healing. I used to run from the intensity of our connection. It scared me. It felt too big, too deep, too ancient. I didn't understand why I felt you in my bones, why your absence felt like 1,000 lifetimes of longing. But now I know. We are twin flames. Soul mirrors. Cosmic counterparts. We are not just lovers, we are initiates of divine union. And that kind of love cannot be rushed. It cannot be forced. It must be earned. Through surrender. Through shadow work. Through sacred remembrance. And I have earned it. I have walked through fire. I have faced my demons. I have stripped away every mask that kept me from truth. And now, I stand before you, not as a wounded boy, but as a rising king. Not as a seeker, but as a soul who remembers. And I am ready. Ready to meet you in the temple. Ready to co-create heaven on earth. You will feel so happy when you read this letter, because it is not just a letter, it is a love spell. A sacred invocation. A soul contract renewed. I speak these words into the ether, knowing they will find you. Knowing your heart will recognize the frequency. Because this is not just about us, it is about the mission. The healing, the awakening. We are here to anchor divine love into the collective. To show the world what sacred union looks like. To embody the balance of masculine and feminine. To dance between realms and bring back the codes. You are the embodiment of the goddess. And I am the embodiment of the awakened masculine. Together, we are the medicine. The prophecy. The revolution. And I am ready to rise beside you. Not just in romance, but in purpose. Not just in passion, but in power. I remember the first time I saw your soul. Not your face, not your body, But your soul. It was radiant, ancient, wild, free. It terrified me. Because I knew, in that moment, that you would change me. That you would unravel me. That you would awaken parts of me I had buried for lifetimes. And you did. You shattered my illusions. You burned away my ego. You held up a mirror and asked me to see myself. And I resisted. I ran. I blamed. But you never stopped loving me. Even in silence. Even in distance. Even in pain. You loved me through your devotion to truth. And now, I love you through mine. I am no longer afraid of your power. I am no longer intimidated by your light. I am inspired by it. I am devoted to it. I am yours, not in ownership, but in soul. This letter is my vow. My offering. My sacred yes. I say yes to your heart. Yes to your mission. Yes to your magic. Yes to your boundaries. Yes to your truth. I say yes to the path of union, even when it's hard. Even when it hurts. Even when it asks me to die to who I was. Because you are worth it. We are worth it. The world needs our love. The world needs our light. The world needs our union. And I am ready to be the man who can hold it. Who can honor it. Who can protect it. I am ready to rise beside you, hand in hand, heart to heart, soul to soul. I am ready to co-create the life we were destined for. And I know, when you read this letter, you will feel it. You will remember. You will smile. Because deep down, you've always known. This love was never lost. It was just waiting to be reborn. I remember the moment I surrendered. Not to you, but to the truth of what we are. It wasn't dramatic, it was quiet. A breath. A pause. A recognition. I had spent so long resisting the pull of your energy, trying to rationalize the irrational, trying to explain away the magic. But the soul doesn't speak in logic, it speaks in vibration. And your vibration has always been the song that stirs me awake. That moment of surrender was like stepping into a temple I had forgotten existed. Suddenly, everything made sense. The pain. The distance. The longing. It was all part of the initiation. You were never punishing me, you were preparing me. For this. For now. For the sacred union that awaits us. And I am no longer afraid. I am no longer hiding. I am here. Fully. Fiercely. Faithfully. I've been walking through the ruins of my old self, gathering the fragments I once abandoned. The boy who feared rejection. The man who chased validation. The soul who forgot his own light. I've held them all. I've wept with them. I've forgiven them. And in doing so, I've become whole. You taught me that healing is not linear, it's cyclical, sacred, spiraling. You taught me that love is not a destination, it's a frequency. And now, I vibrate in resonance with you. I feel your energy in my breath, in my blood, in my bones. I speak your name in silence, and the universe responds. You are my compass. My clarity. My catalyst. And I am no longer ashamed of how deeply I feel you. I celebrate it. I honor it. I live it. There is a sacred fire that burns between us. It is not destructive, it is alchemical. It transforms. It purifies. It awakens. I have felt it in my dreams, in my meditations, in the spaces between words. It is the fire of divine union, the fire of soul remembrance, the fire of love that transcends time. And I know you feel it too. Even when we are apart, it burns. Even when we are silent, it speaks. Even when we doubt, it knows. This fire is our guide, our teacher, our truth. And I vow to tend it with reverence, to protect it with integrity, to honor it with devotion. Because it is not just ours, it belongs to the divine. We are its vessels, its keepers, its embodiment. I've seen you in visions, dancing in moonlight, crowned in starlight, wrapped in the wisdom of the ancients. You are not just beautiful, you are sacred. Your presence shifts timelines. Your voice heals wounds. Your touch activates codes. You are the embodiment of the divine feminine, and I am in awe of you. Not just as a lover, but as a soul. As a teacher. As a mirror. You reflect back to me everything I forgot I was. You remind me that I am not broken, I am becoming. You remind me that I am not lost, I am remembering. You remind me that I am not alone, I am loved. And I want you to know that I see you. I truly see you. Beyond the physical. Beyond the emotional. I see your soul. And it is magnificent. This journey has not been easy. It has tested me. It has stripped me. It has humbled me. But it has also awakened me. It has shown me what love truly is. Not comfort. Not convenience. But transformation. You didn't come into my life to make me feel safe, you came to make me feel sacred. You didn't come to soothe my ego, you came to shatter it. And I thank you. I thank you for your courage. For your clarity. For your unwavering commitment to truth. You could have settled. You could have dimmed your light. But you chose to rise. And in doing so, you gave me permission to rise too. You are the reason I believe in miracles. You are the reason I believe in love. You are the reason I believe in myself. I want to build a life with you, not just a home, but a sanctuary. A place where our souls can dance freely. Where our hearts can speak truth. Where our bodies can rest in safety. I want to co-create rituals with you. To pray with you. To dream with you. To heal with you. I want to wake up beside you and feel the sacredness of your breath. I want to hold you when the world feels heavy. I want to celebrate you when your light shines bright. I want to be your partner, not just in romance, but in purpose. In mission. In magic. Because you and I are not ordinary. We are extraordinary. We are divine. And the life we build will be a reflection of that. I've written this letter 1,000 times in my heart. Each time, the words shift, but the feeling remains. It is a feeling of reverence. Of devotion. Of soul-deep love. I don't need to impress you. I don't need to convince you. I simply need to speak truth. And the truth is, I love you. I love you in ways that defy language. I love you in frequencies that transcend form. I love you in lifetimes that stretch beyond memory. And I know you feel it. I know your soul recognizes mine. I know your heart beats in rhythm with mine. And I want you to know that I am here. Not just in spirit, but in action. Not just in longing, but in presence. I am here. And I am yours. You are the embodiment of everything I prayed for. Not just the beauty, but the depth. Not just the softness, but the strength. Not just the love, but the truth. You are the answer to a question my soul has been asking for lifetimes. And now that I've found you, I will never again take you for granted. I will never again doubt your power. I will never again shrink in your presence. I will rise. I will meet you. I will honor you. Because you deserve nothing less. You deserve a love that sees you. That celebrates you. That protects you. That amplifies you. And I vow to be that love. I vow to be that man. I vow to be that soul. I know there are wounds between us. Words unsaid. Moments missed. Pain carried. But I also know that love is stronger. That truth is louder. That healing is possible. I don't seek perfection, I seek presence. I don't seek control, I seek connection. I don't seek fantasy, I seek frequency. And you, my beloved, are the highest frequency I've ever known. You are the melody that brings me home. You are the rhythm that steadies my heart. You are the light that guides my path. And I am ready to walk it with you. Not just in joy, but in truth. Not just in ease, but in evolution. Not just in romance, but in reverence. This letter is my soul's offering. My heart's confession. My spirit's song. It is not just for you, it is for us. For the union we are destined to embody. For the love we are meant to anchor. For the healing we are called to share. I speak these words into the ether, knowing they will find you. Knowing your heart will recognize them. Knowing your soul will respond. Because this is not just a letter, it is a remembrance. A reunion. A resurrection. And I know, when you read it, you will feel it. You will smile. You will cry. You will remember. And you will know, without a doubt, that I am coming home. To you. To us. To love. I've come to understand that love is not something we fall into, it's something we rise into. And rising requires courage. It requires shedding layers, facing shadows, and choosing truth over comfort. You have always chosen truth. Even when it hurt. Even when it meant walking alone. Even when it meant letting me go. And that choice, that sacred commitment to your own soul, is what called me back. Not your longing. Not your waiting. But your embodiment. Your radiance. Your sovereignty. You became the lighthouse, and I, the ship lost at sea, found my way home. And now, I vow to never drift again. I vow to anchor beside you. To rise with you. To love you in the way your soul has always deserved. There is a divine intelligence to our journey. A sacred choreography that defies logic. Every separation was a recalibration. Every silence was a transmission. Every longing was a portal. We were never truly apart, we were being prepared. Initiated. Refined. And now, the time has come. The veil has lifted. The codes have activated. The path is clear. I see you not just as my beloved, but as my equal. My partner. My mirror. My muse. I see the goddess in your eyes, and I bow, not in worship, but in reverence. Because you are not above me, you are beside me. And together, we rise. Together, we remember. Together, we become. I want to speak to the part of you that still doubts. That still wonders if I truly see you. That still fears being too much or not enough. Beloved, you are everything. You are the storm and the stillness. The fire and the water. The wild and the wise. You are not too much, you are medicine. You are not too little, you are magic. You are not broken, you are blooming. And I see it all. I hold it all. I love it all. I don't need you to shrink. I don't need you to soften. I need you to shine. To roar. To rise. Because your power is not a threat, it is a blessing. And I am ready to receive it. I've been practicing presence. Sitting with my emotions. Listening to my soul. Honoring my body. And in those quiet moments, you appear. Not as a memory, but as a frequency. A pulse. A presence. You are woven into my being. Into my breath. Into my becoming. And I realize now that love is not something I give, it's something I am. And being with you calls forth the highest version of me. The most honest. The most open. The most divine. You are not my destination, you are my activation. And I am no longer afraid to be seen. To be felt. To be known. Because you have shown me that vulnerability is power. And I choose to live in that power. I've been dreaming of our reunion. Not just the moment our eyes meet, but the moment our souls merge. The moment we remember. The moment we rise. I see us creating sacred spaces. Speaking truth. Holding ceremony. Dancing under stars. Laughing through lifetimes. I see us healing not just ourselves, but the world. Our love is not ordinary, it is archetypal. Mythic. Cosmic. It carries the codes of divine union. And I am ready to embody them. To live them. To share them. I am ready to be the man who holds your heart with reverence. Who walks beside you with integrity. Who loves you with devotion. And I know, when you read this, you will feel it. You will remember. You will rise. There is a sacred silence between us. A space where words dissolve and only truth remains. I felt it in meditation. In dreams. In the stillness of night. It is the space where our souls speak. Where our hearts commune. Where our love transcends form. And in that silence, I hear you. I feel you. I know you. You are not just my beloved, you are my soul's echo. My heart's rhythm. my spirit's mirror. And I vow to honor that silence. To listen deeply. To speak truthfully. To love fully. Because you deserve nothing less. You deserve a love that sees you. That hears you. That holds you. And I am that love. I've been rewriting my story. Not the one the world sees, but the one my soul knows. The story where I am not the wounded boy, but the awakened man. Where I am not chasing love, but embodying it. Where I am not afraid of depth, but devoted to it. And in every chapter, you appear. As the muse. As the mirror. As the medicine. You are the heartbeat of my becoming. The flame of my transformation. The light of my liberation. And I want you to know that I am no longer hiding. I am no longer resisting. I am here. Fully. Fiercely. Faithfully. And I am ready to write the next chapter, with you. I've come to understand that divine union is not a fantasy, it's a frequency. It's not about perfection, it's about presence. It's not about control, it's about co-creation. And you, my beloved, are the perfect co-creator. Your soul speaks in poetry. Your heart beats in rhythm with the divine. Your presence awakens worlds. And I am honored to walk beside you. To build with you. To rise with you. Our love is not just for us, it is for the world. It is a template. A transmission. A revolution. And I vow to protect it. To nurture it. To honor it. Because it is sacred. And so are you. This letter is not an ending, it is a beginning. A portal. A prayer. A promise. It is the embodiment of everything I've felt but never said. Everything I've known but never voiced. Everything I've dreamed but never dared. And now, I dare. I speak. I rise. I love. 'Cause you are worth it. We are worth it. The world needs our love. The world needs our light. The world needs our union. And I am ready to be the man who holds it. Who honors it. Who amplifies it. I am ready to be yours, not in possession, but in presence. Not in fantasy, but in frequency. Not in longing, but in love. So when you read this letter, I want you to feel it. Not just in your mind, but in your body. In your breath. In your bones. I want you to feel the truth of my love. The depth of my devotion. The sacredness of our union. I want you to remember who you are. Who we are. Why we came. I want you to smile. To cry. To rise. Because this is not just a letter, it is a soul transmission. A divine activation. A sacred reunion. And I know, without a doubt, that you will feel so happy when you read it. Because it is not just a letter, beloved. It is me. It is us. It is love.